there are certain do's and don'ts which you should follow all the day long. So we are going to talk about certain points which people either don't know or they are ignorant about them. And the corrections are very simple. So let's quickly start with the very first topic with which your day starts. So last time when we talked about the correct lifestyle, I gave you one tip to be followed in the morning as a first thing. That was when you're half asleep, when you're waking up, that time just sit against the bed and focus on one thing that will complete today. There was one point I talked about last session. Now, the next thing after that is your day starts, and the next important thing is how to choose your toothpaste. Means some of you will think that why this point is coming up here, because toothpaste, it is such a simple thing. Means why so much importance is given to it in correct lifestyle. So all of us know that using the same medicine will make your body cells go immune against it, and ultimately that particular medicine do not work on your body. So the same way, the bacteria in the oral cavity, means in the mouth, becomes used to the toothpaste that you are using from last so many years. And because of that, the bacteria survives in the buccal cavity, in the oral cavity, for very long time. And the toothpaste and the rinsing method that you follow in the morning is not sufficient enough to cleanse your mouth. And what is the result of that? Acidity, bloating, gastritis, and undigested food particles are the side effects of using over the years, same brand, same product for years and years together. So what happens is, if there is bacteria, there is anything in the mouth, be it gulab jamun, or be it a bacteria, or be it a simple roti, your stomach gets ready to digest it. Right? So that is the next step. So body has digestive steps. If the food is kept in front of you in the plate, your mouth will start watering. So the mouth is getting ready for the food. The moment you keep the food in your mouth, the stomach gets ready to receive the food. So this way, your body is preparing itself for the next step. Now, what is the second step after the chewing of the food? Assimilation of acid in the food that you are ingesting, to break down that food into smaller particles. Now, see what is the irony here. The bacteria is in the mouth, stomach is sensing it as food and something that is about to come into the stomach, and it never reaches the stomach. It makes your stomach hyper acidic, and it will keep your stomach unnecessarily active, and the digestive juices are secreted for something that is never going to come into your stomach. So that way is acidity problem comes in. Because of acidity, some people will have constipation, some will have gastritis, some people will have some other digestion related issues, and a lot of people develop the habit of eating more because of the juice that is secreted. So people tend to eat on very frequent intervals because there is juice in the stomach, and juice gives the feeling of hunger. So these people must check this point also, apart from checking their other lifestyle possible faults which they are probably doing. They should also check if they are using the same toothpaste from last. So the simple solution is change the toothpaste every month. Buy 2 toothpaste, buy 3 toothpaste. Such a simple remedy is there. So you should have multiple toothpaste kept in the toothpaste holder and use them alternatively. So, and it does not mean that you should only go and buy herbal toothpaste. You should alternatively switch between a herbal toothpaste and a regular toothpaste also. So be it Baba Ramdev's toothpaste, or be it Miswak, or be it Colgate, or be it Pepsodent, or be it any other toothpaste is okay. Okay means keep switching between the brands and the type of toothpaste. So from a herbal toothpaste, if you go to another herbal toothpaste, avoid that. So from Dantkanti going to Miswak is not recommended. From Dantkanti go to Pepsodent or Colgate or something like that, and vice versa. So it is a very important thing that you should follow in your routine lifestyle. A simple tip, but quite useful. And you should also massage your gums at least once in a week, on weekends maybe. If you can't do it on regular basis, massaging of the gums should be done with the finger. Simple. And for your kind information, if you will talk to a dentist for some of your issues related to the gums, massaging of the gums is one of the common recommendations given by the dentists. So dentists also believe in massaging of the gums. This is something that we've been doing from ages, but at least once in a week you should massage your gums. So next point. So we have a lot of stuff to cover today, and the time allotted is only 40 minutes. So we'll go quickly from topic to topic. Next. So treadmill. The next fad, everybody is interested in buying a treadmill, or they already have a treadmill, or they go to the gym and use treadmills. Those who have not bought treadmill, I'll recommend don't buy this machine. It is meant for athletes. It is meant for specifically those athletes who are living in sub-zero temperatures where they can't go outside, or they are living out hot and humid weather. Otherwise, like people who can actually go out in the park and who can actually go out in the open areas and walk and run, that is the best approach. For those who have already bought a treadmill, I would recommend not to use it. And those who have already bought it a year ago or so, I'm pretty sure that the treadmill is being used for drying clothes. That is what the treadmills are used for in a house. Ask those friends who have a treadmill, and they'll tell you that we use it for drying clothes, because they don't use it. The reason is it's a and it causes knee pain and lower back pain. I just show you some statistics for that. So have a look at this graph. The first bar says 152 centimeters, and it is a concrete surface. Okay, so this is a study of a ball tossed on different surfaces. What is Newton's third law? Every action has equal and opposite reaction. Every action has equal and opposite reaction. So if I'll throw something on the floor, it will come back with equal force. So if I throw the ball on a concrete surface, how much it bounces back? And if I throw the ball surface, how much it bounces back? So that is what this study is about. Now, if you have a look at the first bar and the third bar, The first bar says 152 centimeters of bounce back on concrete surface and 80 centimeters of bounce back on grass surface. So this is the rebound your body is the ball is getting from the surface. So this shows that the concrete if has more pressure to reverse to rebound, and grass has lesser pressure to rebound. Now the same thing applies when you're running on a hard surface. If you're running on tiles, if you're running on concrete, the shock the body has to absorb, the shock the knee joint has to absorb every time when you keep your foot on the concrete surface, it is 102 centimeters, right? Equivalent to that amount of pressure is absorbed by the cartilage of the knee joint. And if you run on a surface like grass, the pressure is only 80, equivalent to 80 centimeters of the pressure that will come to the knee joint. So it is almost 50% of the pressure that is coming back from a softer surface. So what kind of surface you should run on? Please please type your answers in the chat box here, and I have something to show you. You write down your answers and I show you a model of the foot. So I'm sorry I couldn't find the model so quickly, but anyways, there are 26 bones in a human foot, and the purpose of those bones is to absorb the shock. Now, if the shock is not absorbed by the 26 bones altogether, the whole pressure goes to the knee joint. Now, the foot is designed in a way that it can actually absorb almost all the pressure that comes from the floor. But when it comes to running on a hard surface, the pressure is so much that it cannot absorb the whole of it. And if we talk about running on a treadmill particularly, have a look at the fourth bar, which says 125.6 centimeters of the pressure of the bounce back of the rebound force that came to the foot, that came to the ball. So equivalent amount of the pressure will come on the soft tissues of the knee as well. Now, if the pressure on the knee joint is continuously there for, let's say, for a year or so, the cartilage of the knee joint starts getting thinner and the damage is more or less irreversible. So in the name of correct lifestyle, in the name of doing activities which are healthy for you, if you use treadmill, you will end up doing more harm to your body than gaining from it. And the effect is not only on the knee joint, it is also on the spinal discs. So the lumbar disc, they also get the continuous pressure of the hard surface which they have to absorb with every with every step that you take while you're running, jogging, or even walking. So should you use treadmills? No, you should not. You should prefer walking on softer surfaces like grass, mud, cinder, synthetic. Now there is another concept that has come in, treadmills with EVA. treadmills which have shock absorption system. So that is the last bar, which shows 104.6 centimeters of bounce back pressure. So grass is still better, is still the best surface to run on. So when I talk about grass, it also means that you can also run on any soft surface like synthetic, like mud, like cinder. All natural surfaces are good to run on. It definitely does not include rocks and other hard surfaces. So any soft cushioned surfaces are good to run on. So if you talk about the next, running, walking, jogging on soft surfaces and avoiding treadmills. Right? So as much as you want to run, you can, means within normal limits, and you should do it only on softer surfaces. All right. So next thing. So first thing in the day is you brush your teeth. Second thing is, what was the second point we discussed? Your treadmills, your exercise. People wake up and they do their exercises. And the third thing, the flow of the PPT goes that we are talking about all the points one by one. So when you drive to your office, in India, we have the luxury of having drivers. We can easily afford drivers, and but still, people, everyone is not like most of us who like to drive for long hours. There are people like me who want to drive by themselves. So what happens is, so if you're driving a car, let's say these are my feet on the pedals, and people drive their car like this. So they keep their right foot rotated outwards, and then they drive their cars. With the toes, they press the brake pedal and then on the accelerator pedal. This is how people drive. Can you relate with this? When you drive your cars, you also keep your foot rotated outwards. And if you have never noticed it, let me just give you an indication of the faulty posture. The brake pedal of your car would have worn out from the accelerator pedal side. The brake pedal of the car would have worn out from the right side. You can go and check in your cars. If the brake pedal is burning off from the right corner, that means you keep your foot rotated like this. Now, if you are doing dumbbells, let's say it's a dumbbell, for example, it is something, let's say 4 to 5 kgs of dumbbell is this. So if I do exercise of my biceps of 5 kgs of dumbbell for 5 years, only from the right side, nothing from the left side, what will happen? The answer is obvious. The right side of the body will become stronger than the left side. These muscles will be hypertrophied compared to the other side muscles. And this is what happens when you drive an automatic car. You do not use your left foot and you only use your right foot. So it is something doing an exercise only from the right foot, nothing from the left foot. So driving a automatic car makes one side of the body stronger than the other side. So one leg, one foot, one side, right side of the calf muscle, they all become stronger compared to the left side. Do not jump to the conclusion. I'm not saying automatic cars are bad. Listen to the whole conversation first. Next thing is, you are doing this exercise in a faulty position. That is where the problem is. So you're not keeping your foot straight. You are keeping your right leg rotated outwards and then you are strengthening it. Let's say you're driving a manual car. So you're using both your feet. But you're using your right foot rotated in outward rotated position. That leads to muscles in a faulty posture. So what will happen to these guys? They'll have stronger hip muscles on that side. They'll sit hip forward and one hip backward. So they'll not sit straight. And that will lead to lower back pain in 5 years, 10 years. And the reason will be faulty driving position. They'll go to the doctor and doctor will say, some postural issue is there. And because of that, you have developed this slip disc. Let's treat the slip disc. So the treatment of slip disc will start happening without correcting the posture, without correcting the driving position. Until you don't correct it, the problem will move to the next disc in the spine. So instead of L4, L5, S1, it will go to L4, L5. It will go to L3, L4. So the solution is to keep your foot in the correct position when you drive. So simple. So when you drive your foot, what is the correct position? So keep your feet straight. Simple. So if you want to use two pedals, when you have to use two pedals from right foot, move your full foot from brake to accelerator pedal. Option 1, which people find very difficult. Lifting the full foot and keeping it to the accelerator pedal and then bringing it back. They find it such a difficult exercise to do. All right, if that is so. So I would recommend to keep your foot in the middle of the two pedals. So brake and then accelerator. Brake and accelerator. That is also accepted. So you move your foot inwards also and the balance is maintained to some extent. Now for those who have already been doing this from last so many years, their hip muscles are already tight. Right hip muscle is already tight for sure. Their right knee is anyways a little more stronger than the left side. So the effect will be left knee will start hurting. Why? Why left knee will start hurting? Because right leg is rotated outwards. So when you stand also, you'll stand like this. Huh? This is how people stand. Their feet are rotated outwards. And when the right foot is particularly rotated outwards, the pressure goes more on the left foot. And the left knee starts hurting. Simple solution to keep your left knee healthy and your lower back healthy and the balance and muscular routine. Number 1, keep your foot straight when you're driving your car. Second thing is do some exercise from the left foot as well. Do some exercise from your left foot as well. So the problem of muscular imbalance between the right and left side of the body reduces significantly. So just whenever you find time, do some exercise of your left foot more. That's it. Simple solution. Will save your knee, left knee and lower back. Next point is, so this is the image. Have a look at this image here before I move on to the next slide. See this foot. Right foot is rotated outwards compared to the left foot, which is kept straight. See, this is the outward rotated foot and this is the straight foot. So this is how people drive. This is the regular driving position of people. So what I want is, instead of keeping your heel under the brake pedal, I just want you to keep your heel 2 inches to the right. Between the brake pedal and the accelerator pedal, keep it in the middle here. That's it. Right? So when you stand properly. This will also help you to keep your, to have better body posture. Have you ever seen a model walking like this? Have you ever seen a model on the ramp walking with their toes outwards, like Charlie Chaplin style? Have you ever seen a model walking on a ramp like this? Why? Because that is a faulty posture. Have you ever seen an athlete running with his feet outwards? No, never. They always keep their foot straight. So these people belong to the fitness industry, the show business, and they are the models when it comes to the correct posture, when it comes to correct fitness. I'm talking about the athletes. Huh? So keeping your foot straight is absolutely important, and your outward rotation of the foot not only happens when you're driving into a fault, when you drive in faulty positions, it also happens at some other times of the day. I'll also talk about one of those things in the coming slides. So coming on to the next slide for the day. Okay, so this is the correct position. So the feet are parallel to each other. Have a look at this. Have a look at the position of the feet here. So this foot is straight, this foot is also straight. So these are straight feet. The fellow has kept them straight. Correct images. All right. Correct standing posture. So you can do a self-test here. Those who want to do it right now, they can do it right now. So you can go and stand against a wall and see if your backside of the head is touching the wall or it's not touching the wall. Just go and do it. Your ponytail should not be the buffer between the head and the wall. So touch the heels, touch the back of to the wall, touch the back of the heels to the wall, touch the hips onto the shoulder blades on the wall, and then relax your neck, relax your neck, relax your neck. Don't push your neck back. Just relax your neck. And then see how much gap is there between your head and the wall. Now, let's say there is a gap of approximately 2 fingers, or let's say 1 inch between the head and the wall. So that means something. And if your head is tilting backwards to touch it to reach to the wall, so what I'm saying is, instead of when I'm standing straight and my head is touching the wall at the back, good, correct posture, no correction needed. If it is slightly forward, that's accepted to some extent. But if you have to tilt your head upwards to touch the wall, that means there is serious stiffness in the neck and the posture of the middle back is out of alignment. So head only indicates the posture of the middle back. So the posture of the head goes out of alignment, especially after after uh, after delivering a baby, particularly during the when the baby is taking the feed from the mother. The posture goes completely haywire, and there is not much a mother can do about it. But once that particular period is gone, once the baby is off from mother's feed, then at least you try to bring your posture back to its normal alignment. That is one time when the posture definitely goes out of alignment. And the other thing is mobile phone. So did I tell you the correct posture of using the mobile phone last time? No, not like that, Supriya. If I'll keep my mobile phone like this or like this, I'll end up having tired neck muscles, and it is not practical. It won't work. What you're saying is correct. So not not Sanjana, not like that. So the posture has to be comfortable. It has to be relaxing. You can't hold your phone like this for the whole day and then your arm will get tired. There is a very good there is a good example of raising a glass of water that is given in philosophy. I'll just quickly quote that example. If I ask you to lift a glass of water, just a glass of water for 2 minutes, you will be able to easily do it for 2 minutes, right? If I ask you to raise the glass of water for 20 minutes, you will find it tiring, and at the end of 20 minutes, you will probably massage your right shoulder also. If I ask you to do it for 2 hours, your arm probably will go numb, and you will need the support of your other hand also. So it is not the weight of the mobile phone. So if I talk about something that is impractical, to hold your phone like this for 2 hours, because you use your phone for more than 2 hours in a day for sure. So collectively, that time comes to approximately 2 hours or even more for those who have business on WhatsApp, those who work on mobile phones for long hours. So holding a phone in front of your face is not practical. Like this, it's not practical, though it should come in front of your face only. So let me just demonstrate the correct posture of using your mobile phone. So I'll take the support of my left hand for doing this. Let me just quickly stand and demonstrate this to you. Am I audible to you? All right. So if I'm using my phone like this, or if I have to, okay, so this is the correct screen. So I want it here for sure. But if I hold it here for a long time, my shoulder muscles will give up in a few minutes. And it's an impractical solution. The practical solution is to take support of your left elbow, left arm, and support your right elbow. And then use your phone. So this is the practical solution to hold your phone to your eye level. You can do it now. Do it now. So you learn the correct position. Do it now. All of you will have your phone next to you. And don't look at the notifications. Stay focused on the webinar. So your left elbow goes onto the stomach and your right elbow rests on the feast or on the wrist or somewhere here. And so this posture becomes easy, simple, practical to do. All right. So the forward bending neck is mainly because of the usage of mobile phones. And the second thing is faulty posture of using a pillow at night. These are the two major culprits for a forward neck posture. What is a forward neck posture? So this is the forward neck posture. So this is the forward neck posture. And the fellow here, he is overcorrect. I mean, this is not the correct posture to stand. The correct position shown in the image here, the right image, is overcorrected. That is not the correct position to stand, but that is at least close to what we want. This is the forward bending neck. So when you go and stand against the wall, let's say the wall is here where the red point is, and there is gap between the wall, that means your neck is going in the faulty position. So to correct that, you must stop the faulty activities that you're doing, and what are those two faulty activities? One is the faulty posture of a mobile phone, and second is pillow at night. So should you use a pillow at night or not? Write down your answers in the chat box. Should you use a pillow while sleeping at night or not? We can. Okay. If we can, then what should be the position, Supriya? Yes. If your neck needs support, probably a towel is best, a very thin one. And keep a hand under the head. So it depends on the position you lie down. If you are sleeping with the face to the ceiling, you don't need a pillow, not even a thin one. You don't need a pillow. Your posture at night should help to restore the natural health of your spine. And if you are using computers, if you are using mobile phone, if you are a feeding mother, if you are doing chopping activity for long hours, if you are doing something that involves a lot of forward bending all day, and then you go to the bed at night and use a pillow, you are supporting the faulty posture at night. At night, at least your head should come down to the bed level and should correct itself. So you should not use a pillow when you're lying down straight facing the ceiling. Now, if you're lying down on a side, then you must use a pillow. Then using a thin pillow is not an option. Then probably we can use a pillow is not an option. Pillow has to be used every time you go to the bed. If you sleep on the side, you have to fill this gap. If I'm sleeping on a side, let's say like this, so the gap between the mattress and the ear and the neck has to be filled properly. No questions about it. Now, what should be the thickness of that pillow? What should be the thickness of the pillow? As per the distance between the ear and the mattress. And can you see that the ears and the neck, they are not in one straight line? Correct? So the pillow has to be a little thicker here and a little thin here. So a polyfill or a fiber pillow is best to use when you're using it at night, not a cotton pillow. Cotton pillows are good for exercise. Cotton pillows are not good for sleeping. So a soft pillow that you can probably roll a little under the neck when you're lying down on the side is good. For those who lie down on the stomach, should they use a pillow? No, they don't need a pillow. Now there are some positions in between. People don't lie down 90 degrees on the shoulder, and people don't lie down right on the face. People lie down obliquely downwards. People don't lie down 90 degrees on the side. They don't lie down 90 degrees on the face. They lie down obliquely downwards. So follow the principle. The gap between the cheeks, ear, neck has to be filled up properly. That's it. So if you lie down obliquely downwards, you have to probably use a thinner pillow. If you lie down completely on 90 degrees, you need a thicker pillow. If you lie down straight facing the ceiling, you don't need a pillow. The moment doctors, the moment health experts try to generalize it by using a pillow or not using a pillow, that is where the problem sets in. So you design your own pillow for night. You may use a towel, yes. You may use a fiber pillow, or you may use your arm. All of these will work as a support to your head while going to the bed. But should you use your arm while sleeping? No, you should avoid it. Avoid this posture if you can. But if you can't avoid this posture, you must keep a thin pillow between the arm and the face. So the arm doesn't get numb. So keep your questions for the end, Supriya. I'll answer all of them. So what is the takeaway when I talk about the correction of the forward neck curvature? Number one, use your mobile phone with the support of your other hand. Number one, the first thing. Second thing is you should use a proper pillow at night and give time to your spine to restore its natural curvatures. So you must lie down on the bed straight for at least 5 minutes without a pillow. Facing the ceiling, just lie down. So, and the way I told you to do 5 minutes quick meditation as a first thing in the morning, same way you can follow a quick relaxation technique at night for 5 minutes. I'll share the link with you, and you can. It's a YouTube link of the video that we have prepared. Video means it's a guided audio, but shared through YouTube. You can also follow Medical Yoga Center on YouTube, and you will get these videos and audios there. And follow that 5 minutes quick relaxation technique when you're lying down straight. And then you whether turn to the side or then you whether sleep on the stomach is up to you. Right? So the upper body curvature is taken good care of with these simple corrections. And one thing, if your body allows, it might not suit everyone. Some of you will even feel giddy while doing it, but still you can give it a quick try when you go to the bed tonight. So when you lie down on the bed, take your head a little down from the corner of the bed. So let your head suspend a little from the bed. This will help you to correct some of the upper bones in the cervical region, which you have probably strained during your daytime. So some of the curvature, some bones which are a part of the cervical curvature will get back to their normal shape. All right. Next point. And now I think my time is running out, and truly this is the last point we are going to discuss now. Yes. Only 2 minutes are left, and this topic is a little long for 2 minutes, but I'll quickly cover this topic. Going and joining a sport. Which sport are you guys thinking of joining? Don't write yoga here. Yoga is not a sport. So which game or sport are you thinking that I'll go and join this game or I'll join this sport? You're not even thinking of joining a sport? You're not thinking of joining any game? You're only watching a webinar on health. That's it. That is the only that is the only health activity you are going to do. TT. Okay. Like badminton and tennis. All right. Have played tennis for 5 years. Table tennis. Okay. So I show you some sites and you decide which game is best. So choose your game wisely, especially when you're not in your teenage. So here I'm starting slides of the muscles of the body. So these red muscles, so these red figures here are the muscles of the body. So this is the left side muscle, this is the right side muscle. So see, the human spine has muscles on either side of it. The muscles you have in your right shoulder, the same muscle you have in your left shoulder also. Correct? The muscles you have on the right side of the neck, the same muscles you have on the left side of the neck. So every muscle is in a pair in the body. So I'll now start playing the slideshow, and next muscles of the body will be shown. So this is the deepest muscle. I'll show you the next superficial muscle. So this is the next muscle. So this muscle is also on the left side and also on the right side of the body. Next muscle on top of it is also on the left and on the right side of the body. Next muscle on the left and on the right side. Next muscle, left and right. Next muscle, next muscle, next, and next. A lot of muscles have come up now. So those muscles which are on the left side, all those muscles are on the right side also. Next, and next. So if there are muscles on right and left side in equal proportions, why should you choose a game that involves only right side of the body? You play from both your hands, correct, but you side. You don't do it on either side. Can you play the tennis with your left hand, Sanjana, and then take a backhand with the opposite side? Can't. So can you play golf on the other side? No, you can't. You only play it on one side. You don't play it on the other side. Can you play badminton with your left hand? You can't. Can you play table tennis with your left hand? And you can't even brush your teeth with your left hand. Try doing it tomorrow morning. Try doing it tomorrow morning. And you will end up injuring your cheeks from inside. So these are fine movements. And you have trained your one side of the body for it. So which game would be best to join in? Swimming, correct answer. And I'll give you some hint. So you can copy your answers from that. So yoga is definitely the first thing that you should think of when it comes to the balanced use of the body. Right and left side should be used equally, and that is best done in yoga. Swimming is definitely good, but you can't do it round the year, like at this time. Skating, okay, but you must ensure that you run in the skating ring in clockwise and anti-clockwise direction also. Take special permission from a sir and then do it. Otherwise you push. Cycle, because you are using right and left side of the body equally. So football, okay, football is allowed. Reason, in the game of football, you're only running. Actually, you're only running. You only get, and the moment you get it, you kick it. So it is not there with you for a long time. So football is okay, kabaddi is okay, a little dangerous, but still okay. Like gymnastics are dangerous, very dangerous. Gymnastic is something that is very dangerous. So kabaddi is a little dangerous, not as dangerous as gymnastics. So so these are the preferred form of exercise for sure. But what about those who are playing tennis from so many years? And what about those who are playing golf and they have bought their property next to the golf course? They want to play golf throughout their life. So any game that involves only one side of the body should be played from the opposite side in the air. So you play tennis from the left hand also, before going into the court and after coming out of the court. So play badminton in the air. Do a little more exercise of your left side before entering into the court and coming out of the court. The right and left side muscular balance of the body is maintained. And this is very important when it comes to the treatment of neck and lower back pain and the knee pain as well. People have disc in the center of the spine. Why disc only goes to the right side or the left side of the body? Why it doesn't go exactly in the center? It is mainly because one side of the body muscles are tighter than the other side. So it goes to the opposite side, or it goes to the same side under certain circumstances. But that happens because of muscular imbalance. If the muscles of the spine are equally stronger on either side, wrist will stay in their position. So if you use computers for long hours, if you're using mouse only from your right hand from last 10 years, give some work to your left hand also. Try doing some exercise from your left hand as well. Why do you think people come to the center for their treatment? Sir, we have developed pain in the right thumb, developed pain in the right wrist, because of overuse of mobile, use of mouse and the electronic gadgets. So if you will transfer some of the work of the right hand to the left side of the body, the pain will definitely not come, because it is divided at least 40-60, not 50-50. 30-70 or 25-75 will also reduce the pressure from the wrist 25%, which probably is good enough in some of the cases. And they'll not get the pain in the wrist and the ankle and the thumb and in the shoulder as well. So the right shoulder glides forward in those cases where they're using their laptops for a long time, because to use the mouse, the right shoulder glides forward. All right. So which games you should prefer? Any game that involves right and left side of the body. So that's okay. Running is very good. Means you can consider running on which surface? Can you please write your answers in the chat box? Running is good. Which surface is good for running? Grass, correct. Grass should be flat, not on grass, cinder, synthetic. All these tracks, mud, are good for running. Very good for running. You should avoid running on surfaces which are hard, which do not have shock absorption capacity. All right. So there are a few more things to share, but that's it for now. And only the time is going up. And if you have any questions, we can quick. Somebody asked me during the webinar that sleeping on the stomach is allowed or not. Sleeping on the stomach is allowed in one sentence, but there are other preferred positions. You should only sleep on the stomach if you can't sleep in any other thing. That's it. but a healthy sleep is what is needed. If you're not able to sleep in any other position, please sleep on the stomach. But sleep, have a good sleep, that is important for sure. But that is the last posture to sleep in, right? And let me just, if you have any questions, you may please ask them in the chat box now. And in another 2 minutes, I have to wind up this webinar. And for those who have sinusitis problem, those who have breathing problem, those who have asthma, those who have any respiratory problem, and they are used to use 2 pillows to sleep in the straight position when they are facing the ceiling, is allowed. But the pillow should come under the shoulders. It should not get limited only to the neck and head. The pillow should come up to the upper back. Then you can use the pillow under the, they can use pillow even in the straight lying down position. So we are open to take any questions if you have. Or yes, so the chat box is there. Shivani is so kind, she has given me 5 more minutes. And what is the best sleeping posture for people with asthma? Okay, so that I've already answered. Means you can probably sleep with 2 pillows and straight facing the ceiling position. But do Supta Virasana. Go to the YouTube channel of Medical Yoga Center and find Supta Virasana 2A, 2 numeric 2 and alphabetic A. Supta Virasana 2A, and start following that Supta Virasana for the treatment of asthma. That is very good, but you must learn the posture with someone who can guide you directly. So we would recommend you to either do it on a video call with us, or you do it with some trainer next to you. All right. So I think webinar for the day, position after eating, people with hiatus hernia. Sleeping position after eating. After eating, you should go for Shatpavali, 100 steps. Go and walk for 100 steps, first thing. And don't go to the bed after sleeping, because it will unnecessarily create acidity. It will unnecessarily create underacid. Something that you can easily avoid means go and walk for at least 100 steps. At the max, you can go for 200 steps and not for a night walk after your dinner. Right? So walk for a few steps, and I would recommend to do Supta Virasana before going to the bed, because it helps in improving digestion, and it also helps if there is hiatus hernia and the person has the habit of going to sleep right after meals. So in both the conditions, Supta Virasana 2 helps in this particular condition. Asthma condition is helped with Supta Virasana 2A. So I'm talking about written on the YouTube channel of Medical Yoga Center. All right. So we have patients with diabetic, slow emptying of stomach for hours. So still regurgitate after 2 to 3 hours. Supta Virasana will solve this problem. Start following that posture. And the sluggishness of the intestines will reduce considerably. The regurgitation of after 2-3 hours will reduce significantly, or it will vanish. Start following Supta Virasana 2. All right. I hope both the webinars were useful for you, and you will start following these instructions, start following these tips in your routine lifestyle. I would recommend to stay connected with us on our Facebook, that is Medical Yoga on Facebook, and stay connected with us on YouTube as well. So go and subscribe, press the bell icon, all of that. Please do that to stay connected. And this is the number which is shown on the screen, is the WhatsApp number. If you have any queries, you can message on this number, or you can call on this number as well. You can click the photograph of this of the screen if you want to, and you can get in touch with me. All right. Thank you so very much for being a wonderful audience. I hope the webinar was useful for you. Thank you and namaste.